We'll be talking about.
People are smart. They get it. They really see what's happening.
Yeah, so we get it. Elon Musk isn't in charge of DOGE or even an employee of it, White House says. Let me read what it says. Donald Trump literally talked about this, though, today when he just signed some executive orders. And he knew what the media would do. He knew what they would do. So in a sworn statement, and this is what he was asked about in this press conference, but I mean, not here, but this is just the article. In a sworn statement filed Monday, the director of the Office of Administration at the White House, Joshua Fisher, wrote that Musk has no actual or formal authority to make government decisions himself. The world's richest man, the court papers read, is an employee in the White House office, not the leader of DOGE. However, when Trump publicly tapped Musk to lead his cost-slashing efforts, Musk wasn't legally the one in charge, White House filings show in November. The Trump J.D. Vance transition announced that Musk will lead the department. At the time, Musk was the co-run DOGE with Vivek, but Ramaswamy soon made his exit. On his first day in office, Trump signed an executive order on DOGE. It said there would be an administration, but did not identify who. Musk, according to the 3-page filing, is not part of DOGE at all. Musk is a senior advisor to the president, a position he holds, a non-career special government employee. The filing states something the White House earlier confirmed. He can only advise Trump and communicate his directives according to the declaration. In that way, the technology billionaire who owns and runs a number of companies such as Tesla, SpaceX, and X has a role similar to Anita Dunn, who was a senior advisor to the former president, to Joe Biden. Biden argues Fisher's filing. The filing creates a legal insulation for the Trump administration, legal and political professionals said. It creates confusion over who is ultimately responsible for the administration's firing of federal employees, accessing sensitive data, and shuttering of congressionally established offices, all actions that multiple lawsuits have claimed are illegal, as Musk loudly defends them on X. The White House is constructing the most defensible way to get around what is either a violation of the law or the exploitation of a series of loopholes, said Jeff Hauser, founder and executive director of the Revolving Door Project, a government accountability watchdog. Quote, I think they are likely being dishonest, but I can't prove that. I strongly suspect Musk is in charge of DOGE. Has been referred to as such, and representations to the court to the contrary are inaccurate. Hauser added later, noting that he is extremely skeptical that Musk would be comfortable merely offering advice. The intention, Hauser suspects, is to shield itself from vulnerability elevated by lawsuits against the non-cabinet level department. By calling Musk an internal senior advisor and special government employee, the administration is more protected, he suggested. The White House, the department that became the U.S. DOGE service, and Tesla did not respond for comment. Whether the White House can get away with the claim that Musk is not running or even a part of DOGE, despite all prior indications and appearances, is dependent on the judge. Hauser explained, even if insincere and dishonest, Hauser said the argument's impact will come down to the extent to which the court is or is not offended by the apparent misrepresentation. Trump and Musk sat down for a joint interview with Fox Sean Hannity that is set to air this evening. Days earlier, Musk appeared in the Oval White House with his son when Trump signed executive orders. Musk spoke about the goals of DOGE. And that's pretty much it. Musk regularly defends the entity Doge on his personal X account. When people talk about Doge, they talk about Musk. Yeah, they do. The declaration makes clear that Musk's presence does not violate any federal law or constitutional provisions. This law professor at University of California, who has served in all three branches of government, was most recently a deputy assistant to the Attorney General under George W. Bush, says Musk's presence does not violate any federal law or constitutional provision. In claiming he has no authority to execute the law and can only offer advice, Musk cannot be sued for Doge. So, yeah, so Musk has no authority in, all he can do is offer advice to Trump. Which brings me back to the lawsuit that I printed out. This, I know it's backwards, but it's 87 pages, and it was a lawsuit. The case number, it's about everything to do with artificial intelligence, and they went after all these people, and there were settlements made. This has nothing to do with Epstein. It has nothing to do with Diddy. This doesn't. This strictly has to do with the a case that was brought against them by Cyrus Parsa, most particularly because of the horrible things that AI and technology has done to the Chinese people, but also what they wanted, what was planned for here, okay? And there was settlements made. These people settled. It was a real court case. CNN settled. And it says their obligations. Most of their obligations is they have to relinquish much of their net worth, actually all of it, and then they have to serve in role, like it says here. They have to serve in roles where they're forced to work for the people. Yeah. Because these were the settlements made. Now with Musk's, what it said is that because of things he knows, his brilliance, I guess, that they said that maybe he could have some of his money back. But this is why he sold all his houses in 2020. He sold all of his houses in 7 mansions in 2020. Because he put them all up for sale at the same time, and everybody, the media did the bidding, because it's, again, Silicon Valley, did the bidding to say, oh, he just wants to live, like a bag man or so. You know what? Like that's what they tried to push. He wants to make life simple. Well, I've heard he's bought another mansion by now, but then the settlement does say he's one of the few people that if he was willing to work with them, that they would consider giving him some of his, not take all of his assets. It's a real court case. You got to wonder why nobody told you. Why nobody told you? I know it's backwards. Why nobody told you about this in the media? Because this was from 2020, and if you go look this court case up, it was a settlement. Hillary Clinton settled, CNN settled, Larry Page settled, everybody in Silicon Valley settled, Zuckerberg settled, never went to court. They all settled, but this was literal using AI that they were going to hurt people, genocide, everything. So why is so this is why I'm saying the game that's being played is by the media. Who is controlling the media? Who is controlling them? Silicon Valley. But who's controlling Silicon Valley?